Hey, Hickok 45 here. Got a chapter 2 with the Redhawk 44 Magnum Ruger Redhawk. Haven't had this thing out for quite a while, and I miss it. Let's take some shots with a 44 Magnum. It is one of my favorite calibers of all time. What should I shoot first? Why don't we start with something easy, like this 2-liter right here. Let me see if I can still shoot this thing. Oh boy. Let's try an orange 2-liter. Sweet. Nice. I think I know where to hold, maybe. Let's try a 12-ouncer. See if I can hit that thing. I think I hit the post, maybe. Disintegrated, didn't it, right away? One more round. Oh, how about for the gong? Boom. Oh, got there pretty fast. I'm sorry, it's a 6-shooter. No high capacity action with this thing, but you know, that's okay. It's just fun to shoot these things. That was some hand loads. Oh man, let's shoot a couple more of those. My 44 Magnum hand loads. I have some specials out here. Again, one of the most versatile calibers, cartridges around. Just the special, the Magnum, the Super Magnums. Oh, that old propane tank needs another hole in it. Yeah, or two. I see some 12-ouncers sitting down there by it. Wow, what that was all about. Did he fire 5 or did he fire 6? Let's let Mr. Gong answer that for me. Well, he fired 5, and the 6th one went in the dirt or wood over there. Okay, cool. Let's try some factory ammo. This is Blazer. 44 Magnum is not cheap, that's for sure. You have to find what you can. These seem to do pretty well. Hollow point rounds, big old 240 grainers. They get the job done. As I've said before, 44 Magnum is really enough power for most of what most people do with a handgun. I know you get the 454 and the 500, Smith & Wesson and all those, the 460s and everything, but if you load up a 44, you've got some power. Speaking of that, I think there's enough power in these to break that pot. Let's smoke that pot. Wow. Ooh, 44 Magnums. Hot smoking. I was trying to flinch with that, wasn't it? Nice. Oh, that's just more gravel. Okay. Well, what shall we try now? Well, let's just go out there. I know what let's do for fun. Let's try some 44 specials. Again, the 44 special is about the ballistic equal, trying to say, about the ballistic equal of a 45 ACP, depending on how you load them. But generally speaking, that's what you got. So you'll notice the difference in velocity. I'll shoot at the gong, and if I hit it, you'll notice it takes a little longer for these to get there. And you'll notice less recoil. Yeah. I think I wounded it. That's fun. I love that sound. Let me try a pig. I don't know exactly where to hold, but we'll try it. It's just a little off. Okay. Yeah, those are sweet. If you have someone who's just getting into shooting and you have a 44 Magnum, you don't want to give them a big old 44 Magnum round to shoot. But some of these, especially in a heavy gun, you don't even know I mean, about like a 22 or a 32 or something, a 25 caliber. Very low recoil. It's just a matter of holding the heavy firearm. So these are a little warmer. These are Magnums. They're not like barn burner Magnums, but they're warm enough. And I have all sorts of rounds and various power. Let's go over and do just a little hunting. We won't try to knock everything down, take all afternoon doing that. I know y'all have a lot to do, places to get to, and you're busy people. So, you know, you can just leave me here shooting while y'all go away maybe at some point. Let's try a pig with these. I should know about where to hold. We'll see. Yeah, I think about right there. Is that over? No, see, of course, knowing where to hold is only half of it. You gotta. Gotta get that trigger to break at the right time. Let's try a big ram. Right in front of him, didn't it? And there he goes. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you. You know, I have a lot of swinging targets. You might have noticed that. And we shoot a few liquid type targets, but there's a special thrill for those of you setting up your own ranges and things with swinging targets, different things, because that's typically what we think of using. It's so simple, and I've shown you that in the range tour videos. You get those shepherd's hooks and hang these steel targets on them. It's pretty simple, and you go stick them in the ground anywhere to where it's legal and you're allowed to do it. But it is fun, even though you have to go over and set them up. It's really neat. There's just something different and special about knocking something over like that. It's fun. Hearing the hit and then seeing it fall. Like that. It's just neat. It's fun having a 44 too, because it'll normally knock over anything over there. Try that turkey up there. You know what? I'm feeling frisky. How many rounds do I have left? Got 3 left. I'm going to go for that little chicken. See if I can at least get close. Hey, that's close enough. Try another turkey. Hits them hard. Hits them hard. You know, again, I'm more of a Smith guy. That's my favorite 44 and my favorite revolver. But you gotta love a Ruger too. They're cool. They don't go back into the the 1800s, and that's maybe part of it. The traditionalist in me, I just love a good old Smith & Wesson revolver. You know, they're essentially the same design with a few modifications here and there as they were back in the latter part of the 1800s and right on up. That's what's so cool. But Ruger came along and made some really nice firearms. They sure do. And they're beefy. They're well made. You see the old dirty powder. It's almost like I'm shooting black powder in my hands. And of course that all cleans up just fine. The gun gets very, very clean. Even my hands. I use Ballistol on my hands. It gets them nice, and I actually do. Sometimes it's non-toxic, You know what? Let's shoot a couple of these babies. Look at the price on that. Oops, I'll hide the name of the shop, but well, they don't care. These are ancient. They're the Reloader's Bench over in Mount Juliet. Bought these, no telling when, years ago, but $20 for what is it? 20 of these things. These are 270 grain, gold dot soft points. This box would probably be $50 or $75 today. These things are expensive rounds. But you know what? I don't know if you noticed yet. I'm sure you have. You've been wondering if I was going to shoot them. Those watermelons. Here we are, middle of February. We spare no expense. I went to Florida last week, found you some watermelons, and we're going to shoot them. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 3. That's enough for these high dollar rounds. 270 grain, and they're hot. So let's see if it will blow a watermelon. You know, it's been a while since I've blown a watermelon, and I think I'll just celebrate by doing it with one hand. All right, we'll see if it'll penetrate that dude. All right. Oh, that felt good. It's been a while, hasn't it? We have another one here. I don't want to miss and hit that steel, so let's just, not that I would miss, but let's just do it right. Oh! Wow, this thing kicks a little bit, especially one-handed. Let's go ahead and use the third one on that 2-liter. Now watch me miss it. Took it out pretty well, didn't it? Took it out. We'll fire just a couple more. Now, once I get to shooting a 44, I really can't quit. I know you got to be somewhere. It's what is it? Saturday night. You probably have a hot date, or you're going out to a movie or something. But please, just hang loose a little bit more. I want to shoot a couple more rounds. Brag a little bit more about this fine Ruger Redhawk and the 44 Magnum. You know, as I preach often, you don't have to have a wonder polymer pistol to have fun, and you know, that holds 50 rounds and 20 rounds. Those are fun, they're great, but good old 6-shot revolver, I can have just as much enjoyment with one of these today as I did 20 years ago, 40 years ago. They're just fun to shoot. Quite often I'll go prowling around the place here, and quite often I don't take a semi-automatic pistol with me. I'll stick a revolver in my belt and maybe a pocket full of cartridges, and just go shoot stumps, shoot some targets I might encounter over there on the compound, a couple of zombies maybe, and trespassers. You've seen that video, haven't you? But you know, good old revolver is just hard to beat. All right, so we got some more. What did I put in there? I put in factory, yeah, the Blazers. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. You almost let me forget. I'm not going to knock all the animals down. You've seen me do that a few times. And you could do it too. But it is fun. John set up a cinder block. Let's see if I can hit the thing. Probably should be shooting the hard cast bullets at it. Scared him. Yeah. Okay, I think I was going to the right, wasn't I? Seems like I trend towards the right with this. I might have to keep an eye on that. Could be me, or could be the sights are just slightly to the left. You never know. Let's take a couple of hard casts and then we'll wrap up. Whatever we do, this is whatever we do. Whatever we hit, we hit. Whatever we miss, we miss. Okay. We'll maybe save the last round for the gong. These are 240 grain hard cast bullets. You know, it's kind of this is not the typical Keith bullet. You know, this semi-wad cutter is the standard Keith design, and you notice it's a little different contour. These are a little bit more rounded, looks almost like a 45. I went to these a while back and started loading these because I knew I wanted to get a rifle, a lever gun that shot 44 Magnum, and I thought I'll just have these, shoot them in both. And I've told that story in the video with the Marlin 44. Turns out that I needed a bigger bullet, and so couldn't even use the same cartridges. So, all right, we'll take a couple more at it. see what I'm shooting at there. I see dust. Dust. That's what I want to see. Dust. Cinder dust. Good old cinder dust. I think I have 2 left. Let's just ring the gong a couple times. Signal the end of the day. Dusk. Sweet sound. Oh, you know, I knew that. I knew when I pulled the trigger it was going to miss, and I am not going to tolerate that. I am not going to tolerate it. Give me another round. More like it. Okay. Good old 44 Magnum. Gotta love them, gotta love them. Just one of the most interesting and enjoyable cartridges out there. So many bullets available if you hand load, and so many actual cartridges available in the gun shops usually, or sporting goods store. So very, very versatile and a lot of fun. Big old gun like this doesn't really kick that much because it's got a lot of heft to it, a lot of weight to it, especially in a barrel length like this. Rugers are built like a tank. So a nice option if you're thinking about a revolver to hunt with, or just to plink with. You know, everybody should plink with a 44 Magnum, right? But anyway, a lot of fun. Just a little chapter 2 fun on a nice day actually here in February with a good old Ruger Redhawk. Life is good.